Are we content creators responsible for what happens within our own communities or whatever happens outside of our communities?
Take me far away, I think I've had enough. I can't do no more, I'm finally breaking. You lost all my trust, I'm walking out the door. Don't let me keep taking me away.
Microphone check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the WOLVPVCK podcast, where we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly topics that happens on a weekly basis here in the entertainment industry. Whether it's stuff that goes behind the scenes, whether it's exposing some ugly truths, and we give our fresh perspectives in the most neutral possible way. I'm your host, Wolfson, and without further ado, let's get down with the shiznit. So today's topic, it's gonna be a big one. I don't know if I can cover some of these topics that I got that I really want to talk about, but a lot of things has been happening in the entertainment industry, more or less in the YouTube hemisphere stuff and whatnot, you know. And it's something that we need to discuss. Other than the SAG returns, we can talk about that, about Drew Barrymore returning and then backtracking. We can talk about that towards the end, but now I'm not gonna get more into it. Yeah, let's get started with this, guys. So as I said in the intro, like, are we really responsible to what happens or of any actions does any of our members of the community do? Like, should we be held accountable for their actions? And this is a very interesting topic because I have mixed feelings about it, because on one end, I feel like directly, no, we don't. Any actions that's been done that ties connect to a certain community, no, we don't, and we're not responsible for it. But at the same time, indirectly, we might, because we might actually influence or persuade otherwise that said individual because of his act. A perfect example. Let's just say that I'm joking about a certain thing and the audience will see that as a joke. It's like, yeah, of course it's a joke. But there's might be one individual that might actually take that joke literally. And he won't see it as a joke. He will see that as a, like, oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, that is true. Yeah. It's like that. And then they're going to perceive it like that. And then whatever actions that they take out of it, because they're going to justify saying like, well, Wolfson said it like that, and that's how it is. And when we looked at the video, it's like, no, it was a joke. You took it literally. Stuff like that, you know, or whatever is being influenced. I mean, content creators, we do held some sort of responsibility. I have to say, and it goes beyond just being content creation. It goes much further. It can go from being an artist to a celebrity to anybody you look up to. I feel that's why I have mixed feelings about it, guys. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about it, and we're gonna discuss some of the things. Like, for example, the perfect, I guess, like the greatest example that I can think of, Travis Scott. We all know what happened last year with Astroworld. You know that he went very AWOL on that crap. Was it last year or was it this year? I don't know. We definitely. Oh yeah, no, it was definitely last year, because Wolfpack was this year. But I talked about the Astroworld last year in the Lone Wolf. Yeah. Yeah. Like I remember that I say Travis Scott needs to be held accountable for all the deaths that were, because it's on his hands. Now, why? I feel like we discussed this multiple times, and I feel like I'm more of a, yeah, we are held responsible for any of the actions that our people in the community. Even though it's not directly responsible, we're indirectly responsible for it, because anything that we say or do, they want to imitate or perceive it as such a way. So we're influencing that person. And in the case in point of Travis Scott, I've said it multiple times. Travis Scott has a bad reputation of getting riled up. Now, it's one thing that the Astroworld incident, you know, it's one thing that the Astroworld incident, it happened, and he had no control of it, and that was the whole control of everybody. Is like, I get it. There's a lot of blame with the promotion company, Live Nation. There's a lot of blame with the with the production stage, the stage manager, with his team for not pulling the plug, for the police and the fire chiefs not pulling the plug as well. It's like there's blame everywhere. There's definitely blame everywhere. But everybody's so focused on Travis because he's main act. I put some blame, not all of them. I put some blame on him personally because this is the type of people he attracts. This is the type of people that he influences. He even advocates of it. He makes people say, like, let's get riled up. Just like if you can't get in, just break through, just jump over. Those are his words. Don't believe me? Look at Twitter. He tweeted that, say, if you can't get in, if sold out, you can't get in, then bust in. And some people will say, nah, I'm good. I'm getting out. But others have a low standard of IQ and they took that literally and they just walked in. But again, Travis Scott's incident means that he's held responsible to certain things because this is his calling card. This is how he is. He riles up people, and his people are all rowdy people. So obviously, if you bring that type of crowd into a certain venue, the venue's got like, what the fuck? We didn't expect this. We get more respect from metalheads. I know, right? And then they say that metalheads and dubstep guys are all for the devil, you know? Yet we're the most respect. Just saying. Yeah, so I definitely want to talk about that today. So we're all talking about, but we just said it simple. And the reason why I decided to make that episode today about it, it's because like it came across, I think it was this week alone, it came across certain videos in which I feel like, damn, these dumbasses influence these kids and now look how they are. So that's why you always have to be careful what you say. And not because of the political climate or cancel culture climate or whatever you want to speculate at it. It's not because of that. It's because you don't know who you're influencing, and that person may take things too literal and may change their lifestyle just to be like you. We're role models, and we have to set an example for our audience, our followers. And if we don't be careful for the things that we say, we could be held responsible for it, because what I'm about to show you is the perfect reason as to why you have to be careful what you say and why these certain content creators are a menace to society and a menace to the hemisphere. It's not good. It's not healthy at all. Who am I talking about? Our good old dumbass friend Sneako, the grifter. That's right.
NANI?
He's back in a but but don't worry. We're not talking about red pill content anymore. So don't worry, because Sneako said himself he's no longer part of the red pill community. That's right. And he's no longer Muslim. Or maybe he is. He just doesn't practice it like he says he does. Now, despite of what other content creators who defend Sneako was saying that he's a grifter, I have to disagree with their defense towards him. I mean, a grifter is one person that jumps from one idea to another and doesn't stay on that idea and for very long. And it does everything in their power to make that idea long. And once they believe that idea is no longer relevant, they just jump to another. That's a grifter to me. They're not in it for the long haul. They're only here for a little bit and they move on to the next one. That's being a grifter. Doesn't stay long. So I don't know what the fuck Destiny's defending him, especially all the mean shit that has been said to him. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about defending him. He's not a grifter. He's just a kid. It's like, yeah, kids can be grifters, especially Sneako and Just Burley fans. They were both under 25. Well, Just Burley 28 or something. She herself, she's not going to get married because according to her, she already passed her moment.
Emotional.
Her
damn
words,
it.
not mine. That's moments when I hear that is when you hear this.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I hope you practice what you preach. And this is the problem. These people don't practice what they preach. And when it comes back to them, it bites them right in the ass. So our good friend, not our good friend, Sneako, he went to a Marlins game not too long ago. And some kids noticed him. It's like, oh my God, you're Sneako. Shit, I took a picture with her. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, fuck that. I mean, celebrity. He's a streamer celebrity. Why not? immediately after that, you see the effects of Sneako going like, oh shit, what did I just create? Let's take a look at this little video. I look at this article. Know your meme. All right, Sneako meets young fans. Sneako meets young fans refers to our viral video showing a controversial streamer, Sneako, meeting young fans in the mid-September 2023 who says sexist and transphobic things as Sneako turns and looks shocked into the cameras. The children can be heard saying, Andrew Tate, and F the woman. While responding to Sneako saying, no, we love women, but not like transgenders. The kids also be heard saying all gays should. Oh my God. I need to check that. The clip went viral on nets and other social medias over the following days, and many criticized Sneako for perceivably radicalizing a young audience. The origin, so it went this year. Yeah, this week. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, so it was this week. Posted a clip from Sneako stream on Miami at a Miami Dolphins game. Wait, what? No. Did the Dolphins play on? Wait, what? Did the Dolphins play on Monday night? Somebody fact check me. I don't know. I thought it was a Marlins game, or maybe these guys are wrong. In which several young boys can be seen walking in and say, "But f the woman but not transgenders and all gays should blah," while pointing out the ground in the clip. Sneako appears to laugh uncomfortably as he attempts to say "we love women" and turn wide to the camera after the fans' controversy over the video. I mean, check this shit out.
What did you say? Fuck the woman! Fuck the woman!
No, wait. We love women. We love women.
But not like transgenders.
Yes, sir. We love everybody. No.
All gays are die.
Yeah, man. Preach. What have I done?
Can I get in the video? Fucking talk.
Can I get in the video? Yeah. Talk to him. Yo, what's up?
There's not much to say other than the video says. There's not much to talk about. Like, what is there to talk about? It points out exactly the results of you saying these certain things and being active about these, being a red pill and whatnot, negatively influence people. You can see in the video that, I don't know, I thought he was faking. I thought he was just like, oh, fuck, no, like, what I've done, like, no, like, ha, 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 like, no. I can see that. Others say, like, no, he was very uncomfortable. He didn't meant to, like, do that, all that shit. I was like, if he didn't meant to do that, what was he expecting that people would do or act? And this is my biggest fear, to be influenced on these children. This is why these assholes get flagged. This is why they get heavily criticized and heavily canceled. Oh, the Matrix is out to get me. The Matrix is out to get me. No, dumbass. It's because you're saying some of the most foul shit ever. Of course the platforms are going to cancel you. Evidence to this. Which is why I have to ask, are we held responsible for our communities? And I said at the beginning, I have mixed feelings, but the more I'm talking about it, the more I realize actually we might actually be much more responsible for it. Now, if the person says that I killed somebody in the name of so and so, then that's crossing the line. That's not crossing the line. That's going around the world after you cross the line. No, that's not that. At that point, like, no, we're not held responsible for that crap. But we've seen these before. And by the way, I'm not just attacking Sneako or other content creators because of that. It's not just them. We known about this way before, like in the 80s, like on the rise of hip hop, probably by the start of hip hop in the 90s. No, hip hop started way earlier than that, but around the 90s, I think it's when hip hop started to change from being like all the shit that we've dealt in the streets now to be promoting about bitches and hoes. They got to go, and money on the grind and got to pop the molly and shit. Well, the drugs part is more a little bit later in the 2000s and whatnot. But earlier 90s, it was more like, you know, fucking 5-10 bitches, and then I got all the Benz and shit. I look at my gold watch, my gold grills, and like necklaces, and having 20 fucking necklaces and shit and whatnot. Yeah, that was a huge shift. And what do people do? They want to dress up like them. Why? Because they look cool. And then they say some of the things like they did say in these music videos or in these songs. They want to be like them. So indirectly, we are responsible for it to a certain degree. So we've seen this way before. Now it's even worse because now the internet, everybody and their mothers has an internet. And people can see this, especially kids, because what do kids do nowadays instead of playing soccer or baseball, basketball, or going out to the park and whatnot? Now they just spit into their freaking phones or their tablets and whatnot. And they're watching all these streamers, you know? And they see some streamer and say, whoa, what is this guy saying? He's saying some of the wildest things. What is going on? It's like, oh, he's wrong. But I need to watch more. It's addictive. Like once you see some people saying foul stuff, it's addictive. And it becomes like, oh no, I just watch it for entertaining purposes. I don't believe that. But secretly, you probably do. That's why in my community, I try my best to say like, I try to be careful with the things that I say. And that's why I always put on the most fresh, neutral perspective. I try to understand one side, try to understand the other side, and come with the most logical answers as much as possible. Not all the time. But I have to be careful what I say because people will take it out of context and some of them will take them very literally to what I say. Imagine how many times have we heard that an artist hates another artist, so their fans are dissing other people's fans. They'll be dissing that artist. It's like, oh, he hates them, I hate them too. And then before you know it, there's people that will go back and forth like, oh, what has he done? It's like, well, he's done more than this guy. Yeah, I don't think so. This guy done this. And there's a Twitter war, a social media war. And then when they see in real life, they'd be like, oh, fuck each other up. And then just like punch each other. But like, there's a certain level of responsibility that we have to be held because it's like, bro, this is not healthy behavior. It is not. We just saw it right now from this guy, Sneako, that's been on a deep, deep ban on this whole red pill art that he had that lasted a few months. And look at the effects of it. You got young kids saying, fuck women, all gays should perish, but not the transgenders. We don't like transgenders. That's a dangerous weapon because you're influencing these kids from the early beginning, saying some of these things, and they're gonna preach it back into their schools, and God knows in their homes as well. In fact, that actually worries me that some of their parents see this and they don't even know, or they haven't done anything about it. I saw this clip. My kid said some of these was things. I'm make sure that I'm gonna whoop my kid's ass, and then I'm gonna tell my kid to apologize on a viral video clip and say, I'm sorry, I should have not done this. They should know better. It's dangerous, guys. Like, you have to be careful what you do and what you say because this is the offense. This is what we're talking about. How are we supposed to be held accountable to our fans if we don't hold ourselves accountable for our actions? And words do matter. Sticks and stones may break my bones. All right, but you know what? Some of those words, people will live by that code. I just hope that these kids they're not at the point of no return. I think they can turn around. But if they behave like this in high school, by the time they get to middle school and high school, it's a weird era that we live in with this internet and whatnot. And speaking about holding accountability, a few months ago, we've talked about this dumbass streamer who I consider him a bigot. People say, no, he's just ignorant. I'm like, all right, you're an ignorant too. You're an ignoramus. Because if you go to another country and say some of the most foul shit ever, and you know that's foul, you're a bigot. Especially when you say certain slurs, you're a bigot. It's not being ignorant. It's not trying to be edgy or joke. Like, no. Because if you say it once, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm not a racist or anything. No, like, they're like, all right, cool. Then, all is forgetting. But when you constantly say things and start doing it on a more pattern basis, it's like, nah, then you are a bigot. If you guys didn't know who I'm talking about the dumbass kick streamer Johnny Somali. Yeah.
NANI?
The idiot streamer is back in our radar again. What did he do this time, Wolfson? Well, I'm glad you asked, actually. I'm glad you asked. Johnny Somali got his ass kicked on stream. Wow.
NANI?
A lot of us rejoiced when we saw that. And I hope you learned from that. I hope. But who would know? Who knows? I came across my feed that he got his ass kicked on Twitter because why? He was harassing he was harassing a woman in which he didn't know she was a streamer, a real famous streamer. And then later on, he was also like being obnoxious with his pal and going back and start, confronting people until he got knocked out by some other people. I saw the video and I was like, I don't condone violence, but that video made me feel happy. I know. I'm not a perfect person, guys. You have to understand that. So here's the article. Johnny Somali gets knocked out on stream and kick account gets banned a day after pestering Twitch streamer Sneako. Oh, so he got a ban. Well, what do you know? There is consequences for every action you take. Hence why Sneako is banned on all platforms except for Twitter and Rumble, because those are like technically the most free speech social media accounts. So, what do we got here? Banned, idiot. A day after pestering Twitch streamer Sneako, a clip of a controversial kid streamer Johnny Somali is going viral on social media. It shows him getting knocked out of the cameras following a scuffle on the streets in Japan. Furthermore, his kick account seems to have been banned for hours after the fight. It is unclear whether he has been penalized for this conduct with Sneako or the offensive remarks that resulted in him being attacked. For context, on September 10th, Johnny Somali approached the Twitch streamer, and after a brief interaction, it informed her that he was banned on a platform. Showcasing permanently banned people on Twitch is a violation of its terms of service, which can result suspension and strikes. To this effect, he can be heard saying in this clip, "Get banned, bitch. Get banned. You better walk away. You better not show me on your stream or you get banned." What?
NANI?
Hold on. I didn't see this video.
Doing? Yeah, I'm Johnny Somali. Somali. Yeah, Johnny Somali.
Wait, what?
I'm your friend. I'm Johnny Somali. I'm the most famous nigga in Japan. What's up? Who are you? You printed my shit out. Can I have that? Can I have it? I can have it. My gift?
Wait.
My gift? I can have? I can keep?
Is this the dude?
Yeah, I'm that
You're
dude.
famous,
I'm
right?
the most famous nigga in Japan.
Why?
I'm the most famous nigga in Japan. What you mean? Hey.
She looks terrified. And this dude has been such cool. Bro, some dumbass is after my girl and is like being constantly harassing my girl. You better bet your ass that guy's getting knocked the fuck out right from the start, right from the get-go. I don't care. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And my girl's like holding me just, because she's scared. Again, I don't condone violence. Most of it, I'll say, yo, like, let's get out of here. They come foul ass. It's like, yo, get the fuck out of the way. Just chill, man. Just go another way. He continues to approach. And then, that's where Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, or we can do the Mike Tyson and just bite their fucking dick off. Ear off.
NANI?
Pause. That went so natural. Sorry about that. Anyways.
Try, get this CTS nigga play this. You on Twitch?
No, I'm on Twitch, but don't do that.
I'm on Kick. Kick, we don't like Twitch streamers on Kick.
Okay, then we are not talking.
And then turn around.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Fuck? Bye-bye. Get banned, bitch. Get banned, bitch. Get banned. You don't get banned. Fuck with me, yo. Yeah, you better walk away. You better not show me on your stream. You'll get banned.
That is such disgusting behavior from this asshole. This bigoted asshole.
I'm so sorry, guys. Today, I really wanted to have a really great stream.
I feel sorry for her. And for those of you who say, oh, he's ignorant. You know what, guys? This is what you get.
She belongs to the street.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
He's ignorant, yeah? Harassing other women in Japan? That's what you call it, ignorant? After the incident, Miyako broke down her stream, like we saw right now, that she had contact Twitch staff directly to avoid getting a ban. A rough translation to her post reacts is, I was able to avoid the ban because I responded quickly with the Twitch stuff. Well, that's good. Regardless, it appears that Johnny Somali has received yet another ban from Kick as trying to access his page display 404 that is typically for a platform suspension. Watch how he gets his ass kicked after pestering people on the streets. This is the perfect metaphor of fuck around and find out. Let's watch it.
What's going on? Yeah, nigga. Yeah, and what?
Just don't. All you have to say
Don't
is
grab nothing.
Send $3 Hiroshima, Nagasaki, 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 Hiroshima.
Johnny and your idiot friend, you get this.
she belongs to the street.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You fuck around and find out, this is what happens. Eventually, the Piper will have to pay. Eventually, everybody, karma is a beautiful thing. What goes around comes around. Eventually, things will happen because of your actions. Every action has an opposite force of reaction. This is what you get, a cause and effect. Newton's laws, man. This is what happens when you become a racist piece of shit like yourself and start saying these wild things in the country of another country, saying these wild things, and at all high and mighty, this is what you get. Another button.
She belongs to the street.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
It appears that Gino and Johnny were berating people on the streets at the night, including hurling a number of offensive terms. Again, to the person that says that was ignorant, go fuck yourself, all right? This time, now I go even further, because one thing is being ignorant and being an idiot about things. Another thing is continue with this pattern and still, even though it's not your own country. I'm surprised that the Yakuza hasn't even got themselves involved with him or anything. I don't know. After a point, a man seemed to have had enough and punched both streamers, knocking down the cameras. The clip has gone viral on social media, with many saying our live stream fails, applauding the person who stood up to Johnny and Gino's antics. Racist streamer investigating a bunch of drunk people with cameras, surprised at what happens next. Even after this, the TTS is still going off Hiroshima, Nagasaki 10 times, and a minute later with I hate Japanese people, we will bomb them, etc. Like, what did I say about holding ourselves accountable? Are we responsible for it? This is part of it. Readers should note that Johnny Somali has been criticized for the antagonizing of Japanese people. A clip him instigating citizens on the subway by saying regressive things about the Hiroshima and Nagasaki nuclear bombings gather a lot of vitriol from the streamer and community earlier this year. I mean, what else can I say about the matter of such, about holding ourselves responsible for it? My thoughts in all this. Well, first off, my thoughts on the Johnny Somali getting his ass kicked. Yeah, you deserve that. You deserve that. My God, eventually you were going to get your ass kicked again. But it's not by the Japanese people. No, it was some other tourists. Which is like, there you go. There you go. I'm surprised he's still alive, because the Yakuza don't play like that. Japanese people don't play like that. And I'm not going to wish him much other than good luck. Good luck. I'm still surprised that Kicks hasn't banned him permanently because you need to hurt him where he hurts, where it really hurts. Not his face, not his fucked up face, his pockets. And I'm surprised that he's still in Japan and he's like getting paid or donations. Like you cannot be fending off donations. Like you couldn't be you could not be earning that much money. Like there's no way. You're just a small timer. I don't know. I don't know more about the details. All I know is this is another perfect example as to why we are held responsible to the actions that we take. We talked about Travis Scott, the Astroworld. He is not the sole responsible for his actions on Astroworld, but he is part of it because why? He attracts the wrong crowd by antagonizing and make their crowd aggro, make them rowdy, and proceeds to do these things. Like he enables it. He's an enabler. You got Sneako on his whole Red Pill arc and Hassan, and I mean not Hassan. We might actually talk about it. With this whole haram of being a Muslim and being serious and whatnot. But we all know he's been a grifter. And then we saw his negative influences on kids. And when he realized what he said, he's like, oh, I fucked up. I hope that's exactly what he said, because otherwise we're in a world of trouble. And then we see Johnny Somali getting his ass kicked. And then you hear in the comment section saying these wild things. This is what we're talking about. We are held responsible for these actions. Whatever we do, our audience and followers are gonna do it as well. Why? Because they admire us. They look at us so much that they want to do everything just like us, just so we could be as cool as them. Because that's the mentality. We want to be cool like you guys. Because they see you as cool people. And when you say some of these things, these are the things that they're gonna repeat. And this can negatively impact them in their lives. I don't know what the future holds with this, man. I'm happy that this guy, Johnny Somali, got a little bit of justice, But my thoughts in all this, as I talked about it, as I stream about it, I believe, we are, in some ways, we are responsible for the actions of our community. Because if their community took notes from us so they can repeat these things in their world, then they learn it from us. So we have to be careful what we did. That's why every time I talk about stuff about the industry, about do this or do that, I am very vague about it in the terms like, don't do it the way I did it, because there's multiple routes. I took one route. You can take other routes and eventually you'll get there. That's why I have to be very careful when I say those things and when I say allegedly on some certain aspects. And when I tell about my stories, trust me, guys, I'm not talking out of my ass. I'm talking about based of experience of myself, experience from my other coworkers and colleagues and whatnot, the industry gurus and whatnot, the things that I learned from other people, So I'm not going to come here and talk out of my ass just because. Like, no, I'm going to talk evidence and experiences from people. And if you don't want to believe me, that's fine. You don't have to believe me, but you'll see yourself that this is definitely part of the problem that we've been facing on a daily basis. Just the other day, I was arguing with this person, Jackson. He's known as Axen. He's a bass producer from Australia. He has his own channel, his own school, IndustrySet, which is pretty dope. Like, he's helping others. He's helping kids around to make themselves a better artist and whatnot. Problem with him and his whole school system, the way he is that I feel like the way he's perceiving and teaching these people is like, this is the one way to do it. And that's wrong. There isn't one way to doing things. There are multiple ways. And if you know that there are multiple ways, you have to teach them the multiple ways. Now, I saw one of the videos that he was talking about 5 reasons why your music can't be marketed. And I saw the 5 reasons. I disagree with the first 2. The last 3, I do agree. I don't remember much about it, but guys can check that out. The top 5 reasons why your music isn't improving in numbers, or because your marketing isn't good, or something like that. On IndustrySet, you can check that out on your YouTube channel. I saw the video, and I disagree with the first 2. And then I saw another short video about the era that we are right now, the era where we are in which long content like the podcast right now are not receiving much love, and you want to put that content out in several contents, in YouTube shorts and TikTok videos and Instagram videos and Facebook, like whatever, shit like that, because people tend to consume more faster short clips rather than long clips, which is kind of messed up, but it is what it is. And his argument is make a video and make that video into a short clip and spread it around, which is, it's pretty good. Do that. I wish I could do that. If I have the time and leverage to do it, I would do it. The problem to that, he says that, that will eventually get you to the views that you want, and it's gonna make you come to your long-term content. I disagree with that, because I did this with TikTok, and TikTok I was getting numbers. I'm not talking about like 10, 20 views. No, I'm talking about hundreds. My first video was 500 or 600 views. I was getting numbers, all because of the algorithm. The algorithm plays a little part of it. I was getting numbers by making these short clips and whatnot. I was like, holy shit, this is dope. Well, I can't wait when some of those translate into my actual content. Newsflash, it didn't. Why? Because they already got the information that they wanted, and they're in here. Why would they come here? It's not a guarantee that whatever short-term content that you take, it's not a guarantee that's going to be translated on the original thing. It's not like it. In today's world, it doesn't work that way, unfortunately, And his argument, no, it does. Like, out of those 1,000 views, you will eventually get your hundreds of views and this and that. I was like, 1,000 views on these content does not equal 100 views on your views. Like, no. You can't translate 1,000 views on those contents and translate them into 1,000 views on YouTube. And I love how he ended up with, like, if people don't really see it, it's because your content is not. Hold on. I'm putting him out because it's like, hey, if you want to play fire, we can play fire. And there's no hate. There's no hate. I'm just telling him what's what, because his content is like, no. So I was implying that you take the long form content and making it unique for each product. So short forms platforms such as TikTok, Reels, and YouTube Shorts performs best for around 10, 20 seconds videos, and then which you could put up hundreds of clips from one long form video. And then he goes winky face. Like, I got you. It's all about high volume. You won't get 100 people at first, but through a high volume, you'll grow 1,000 plus. And if you're not getting the results that way, then the long form content just isn't interesting enough.
NANI? Emotional, damn it!
Which I reply, while I agree that taking a long content and transforming it into short clips, then put it up into various platforms to get the attention is one way to approach audience. But like I said previously, it doesn't guarantee that they will jump into the platforms, because if they got the info in this small clip, why do they need to hear the longer version? You already got it on the small clip. Maybe a few, like 1 or 2, are gonna want to hear the whole thing because they're into podcasts, but not everybody. Everybody's like scrolling around constantly. And then I ended with people nowadays are on a lazy approach in which time is everything. 10, 20 seconds of content is greater than 2-3 minutes content. So yeah, it looks nice to see 1,000 plus views on those platforms, short clips, but it doesn't mean that it will translate to those same numbers on the longer content. Go see other YouTube channels where their shorts have more views than the longer version of it. Content creators complain about this all the time. And I ended it because he should have replied me afterwards, but he didn't. That's on me. Whatever. But again, I'm not throwing hate on him. I am not. I admire him that he actually is doing a school, that he has a school, that he's teaching people, that he's getting people to where they wanted to. I'm so happy for that because we need more people like that to push them into the industry and make them industry standards people. However, I feel like some of his versions of some of his takes to how to make things is either outdated or misinformed or doesn't have the grasp of the entire thing. That's why I have to speak out and say, like, this is necessarily not true. It can on theory, but we've seen many times that whenever you put a short-term videos, you get whatever the likes, but people don't necessarily jump into the platform. No matter how interested you make it sound, they just don't, because it's like, for them, it's too much. I'm not disrespecting anybody and any of my followers. Like, call me out if you want to, but I'm not trying to call anybody out. I'm just telling you the facts. Like, this is the world that we live. This is the stuff that we're dealing with every day. Like, that's why I have to put out certain contents every week by talking about a bunch of topics, because that's the only way that seems to be working with me. And the interviews, sometimes I get good interviews, I get good views, depending if it gets easily marketed. But yeah, it's all based on marketing. If you market yourself right, then you're not gonna have any problems. But this notion about having like do this and you're getting 1,000 views is like, no, that's not the world we live in, unfortunately. I got sidetracked because of that. I don't know. Let's just move on to finish up this episode. Elon Musk is thinking of making X or Twitter a subscription-based service. Good news, everyone. So let me read here on the article. Let me show it to you guys. What's up with all these dumbass ads? Elon Musk is planning to make X a subscription-only based service. He has been making some drastic changes to Twitter since he took over the service after introduction of X Blue Premium membership, which kind of was a flop. It looks like Musk is planning to make X a subscription-based only. He recently sat down on the discussion with the Israel Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, where he suggested making every user pay a small monthly fee to use X. He further said that this is still in discussion, so there's no word on when he plans to roll out with the subscription model, but Musk noted that the subscription will cost less than X Blue membership that is currently offered as perk to users and come with additional features as well as verified check marks. He says, we're wanting it to be just a small amount of money. It's no longer a discussion, but in my view, this is the only defense against vast armies of bots, which is actually pretty good, because as AI gets very, very good, it actually able to pass these sort of CAPTCHA tests better than humans. Musk believes that subscription-only model will remove bots from the platform as AI gets smart enough. In terms of the same discussion, Musk also addressed the free speech issue that has been a cause of concern lately on this platform. Yeah, I mean, my thoughts on that. I feel like that is a good way to doing it. Yeah, like, yeah, go for it. Like, because that way you eliminate botting. I feel if that's the only way, then sure, by all means. But if it means that I have to pay I have to pay on platform just so I can scroll on and say shit and whatnot, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna pay for it. That'll be like the last time I'll use Twitter, and everybody will. I believe there's gonna be a drastic drop of Twitter user because Twitter is now a freaking subscription base. Like, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. I guess if that's the one way to do it, then that's the one way to do it. It's moving on. I got some stuff to talk about here. Let me see. What was the other things? Twitter threads. All right. So Disney has unveiled its plan to increase parts spending to $60 billion over the next decade as it faces uncertainty in other divisions of the company.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
What did we talked about like a few weeks ago? Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, saying that that we don't have any money. Basically, we don't have any money because the pandemic hurt us. We make fun of him because of it. They don't have any money to pay the writers because what the writers are saying is very outlandish. It's ridiculous. We're still recovering from the pandemic. Even though we already did the math of how much a ticket costs for Disney for going to Magic Kingdom on every day and how much they make out quarterly. We calculate that they make quarterly $20 billion to $80 billion a year, roughly. They say it's outlandish. Yeah, we're still recovering from the pandemic. Like, really? We're still recovering from the pandemic? Yet I'm seeing here that you guys are planning to expand yourselves and investing $60 billion to expand yourself so you can have bigger, better things. While you got the writers strike on your ass, and you're still doing layoffs this year. Disney,
Congratulations, you played yourself.
it's unfortunate because I love Disney. I love going to the theme parks, and I'll still go to the theme parks. But they're a bunch of hypocritical morons. And Bob Iger, you disappoint me. Chris Evans agrees with Quentin Tarantino that the MCU actors are not the stars of the films. Tarantino said he's right. The character is the star. While as Kevin Feige disagrees by saying, I think it's something he was telling himself, and I think it's something many of the Avengers, including Robert, will tell themselves, which actually was very helpful in the process, but in certain cases, including Chris, it's not entirely true. Let me see this comment. This is actually a very good comment. Hold on. If I read it right. Wakanda Forever was a good movie and performed well, but Chadwick not being in it was noticeable and a huge risk, even though Wakanda Black Panther was still in it. Conversely, we tend to care less about post-Endgame MCU, even with big names like Oscar Isaac and Sam Jackson leading the shows. That is true. In all fairness, like Wakanda Forever didn't perform that well, honestly. Like it wasn't like the first Black Panther. I don't know if I will agree to that because honestly, I knew about Chris Evans. I knew about Robert Downey Jr. before they became the characters that they sought out to. However, they become bigger and better because they played these important roles in the MCU and they got their passion projects and other projects outside of it. You made a career out of that. So that wasn't wise for you to say that things. I don't know. Let me see. Bad Bunny is no longer playing El Muerto. Ooh, thank God. Once I hope they realize that how bad of an actor the guy is. Nothing wrong against my people, but I just don't like him. Here's another video of.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, and what? Just don't. All you have to say don't grab nothing. Oh,
this is like the double video.
And what? Just don't grab my camera. All you have to say don't grab nothing. Oh.
Anonymous sent $3 Hiroshima Nagasaki 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 Hiroshima.
What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. The way people dress at SEC schools and stuff, and frat boys and rich people. Yep. I don't know what to tell you. Jesus, God, this reminds me of school. I have nothing to go into the case. Sorry, it was just, this is something. Before we wrap things up, because I think we just got caught up. Before we wrap things up, this is something I want to talk about from OnlyFans. This is apparently an OnlyFans person, so I want to talk about this. Just briefly, Elise Lauren says, absolutely loving the heat OnlyFans agencies are getting now. They're predatory and they can turn on you. They burn out your subscribers. You don't need them. They massacre the community on the website. If you really need help with your page, download the Chrome extension agencies use and hire an assistant. Fuck all those slime balls that take advantage of the models. Interesting. So what I'm hearing is that I didn't know there were OnlyFans agencies. That this is all new to me. Okay, cool. I mean, you gotta have to understand, like, OnlyFans became a sort of a prom website. Unfortunately, as much as you didn't want to admit it, but it became so. I am not surprised that there's like certain agencies that want to take advantage that from that industry and take advantage of some of these people. That sucks. Last thing, Guillermo del Toro says, if anybody wants to make movies made by an AI, let them get it immediately. I don't care about what people who want to be fulfilled and get something shitty quickly. Shots fired, shots fired, shots fired. Yeah, guys, make your own shitty AI movie. We'll see who's going to watch it. That's the direction that I feel like the film industry is trying to head out, to start making AI content. But the problem is, like I said previously in other episodes, AI is still in its early stages. It still hasn't been fully developed. And for you to make an AI movie out of it or script, like, you still need somebody to write it down. So it's like, it's not going to come up great the way you wanted it. So I don't know how long this strike is going to continue on. The last thing, I guess, is like Drew Barrymore decided that she was coming back to show, even though after the strikers. And then she immediately got backlash because she's supposed to be a champion for the people. And then she said, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm sorry. I didn't do this on purpose. I don't know what to make out of it. But here's the thing, guys. If there's people that really cannot continue on with the strike because, like, they're getting broke and they have no other choice but to work, then people, let them do it. And unfortunately, it's getting to that point. Now, other content creator, other talk show hosts says, like, no, I'm going to do my show, because everything that I do is I write my own show. I'm the main host. I'm the main boss. So every joke that I made is being run. I don't have people to help me on that, which is like, damn, girl, then go for it. Then you got this, I'm all about it. Then go for it. And I have no problem people going back to work, because if they need the money to pay off their bills and whatnot, they go for it. This strike is literally getting out of hand. Not in a bad way, but like I said before, it will affect their pockets eventually, But now it's more of a standstill. Let's see who's got the biggest ego, who's got the biggest egg, who can last forever. Unfortunately, some of these studios can last a little bit longer than the strikers. And the studios are gonna look for young, talented talent from these schools, and they're gonna recruit them. It's like, hey, you want to do it? I got you. I'll pay you less. And they'll say, yeah, because they don't have no other choice. They need the experience. It's about to head to that. But what do you guys think about it? Please let me know in the comments down below so we can discuss this. We're going to wrap this up, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. And remember, guys, like and subscribe for your weekly channel, and turn on the bell for notification. And because every week is a brand new episode with brand new topics. So always remember to like and subscribe, guys. And comment down below to let me hear your thoughts, share your experiences. If you got a specific topic that you want me to hear and talk about it, please let me know in the comments down below. And I'll do my best to talk about it on the next episode. Let me know what you guys think about today's episode. Big shout out to Ruben, Chris, Mike the Phoenix, Mike the Beast. Big shout out to every other person that's been supporting me, guys. I love you guys. Let's continue on with this. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys at the next one. All right, peace.